What is going on, people? It's your boy Will. Chill Will to be exact. We are here on this lovely Friday. So you know what that means. It's the Tap Out Show. We got an event tomorrow. Got a bunch of news and stuff to talk about. Go over the card and, let's get this started. I say we because it ain't just me. I'm going to bring in my only co-host tonight, the villain, my man Jake.
Good, what's good, people?
Mr. Black Square.
Yeah, Mr. Black Square back at it again like he always is. Had a busy day, but that doesn't mean I can't make time for you. Got to talk about this event.
You already know. So, I'm going to pull up this card. We're going to get right to it. Not wasting people's time. Bad enough we're already late.
Yep, we're going to go over the card and then hit you with a light bit of news. Not too terribly much, just a little bit of news towards the end.
Just a little chit-chatter.
We're pretty excited about this card, so we're going to get into it first. At least I'm excited for this card. I don't know how excited Will is, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely excited about the main event. That's for damn sure. But I haven't actually poured over the rest of the card yet, so it's going to be fun. Let's go.
No, yeah, we get a classic veterans match to start off the card, which is pretty sweet. Old man Court McGee, who had a pretty good welterweight career at the beginning of his career, is still hanging around getting fight contract, and he's going against Tim Means, who has a pretty good fight record himself. Another veteran of the game. I don't believe either of these two are ranked. They're just, veterans, but not good enough to be gatekeepers.
Bro lost his last fight. Got to get a win here.
What's his record right off? Yeah, 33-16. Yeah, he's been in the game for quite a minute.
Yeah, he's old. How old is Court?
Probably 36, if I had to guess. Maybe 37.
Let's find out here. Let's see. Huh. He's also got a bunch of fights, though. 13 losses. Woof.
Like I said, long fight careers, man. These guys have been around forever.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped. All right,
Court McGee was the one that was rivaling GSP there for a while. He's 39 years old.
Well, he has the height advantage, but not the reach advantage. I don't know where you stand on that mixture of problems.
I don't give anyone for this. No, yeah, probably. I'm giving it to Tim Means. That's who my pick is for this fight.
He got that leg range too. Yeah, these are some weathered fighters. My God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I probably go with Means as well. He's favored.
He's got a mean streak, from what I hear.
Woof. All right, here we go. Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington.
Formerly known as Tisha Torres, that we knew very, very much so. She, I believe, had a fight. She just recently had a child. She is married to the co-main event star champion Raquel Pennington.
Nice.
Esparza, let's talk about this real quick. This is pretty insane. Carla Esparza beat Rose Namajunas, was the champion, had a fight against Wei Li, lost to her, and she is the second fight on a prelim card. This just goes to show, in my opinion, that I still believe to this day that Rose is highly overrated. She had no business losing that fight, and it proved after she got absolutely handled by Wei Li, Esparza, that is. She was just a, what do they call those? In the weight championship. Oh, she was a championship holder. That's it. She just held the belt until Wei Li got it. Yeah, pretty much. Because Esparza is not that good.
Well, I'm not gonna go as far as say overrated. I think she turned into a gatekeeper. Yes, I wouldn't say overrated. I just think she had her little hot run. She had the championship. She won some fights. She beat some good fighters, and now she's not as good.
You're talking about Rose, right? Because that's who I was talking about not being that good. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. She's moved to a different weight class. I don't think she's overrated. I think she's on the back half of her career now. Yeah, she has moved up in weight class. She's officially in the weight class above, and I believe she's ranked in the top 7. I don't want to say she's 7th, but that's why I said that. I believe she's ranked in the top 7. Could be like 4th maybe right now, but that's where she's at. But anyway, we're talking about Esparza and Tisha Pennington right now. I still think Esparza's got the advantage in the style that she fights. She's very good when it comes to standing up, but she's also got a pretty good ground game. So in this fight, I'm going to take Carla Esparza. Also, Tisha Torres walked away from the game a little bit to have a child. Not saying it's a bad thing, but the more you fight,
just ring rust. All you gotta say is ring rust.
Yeah, that you're helping me get to the point.
Yeah.
Who you taking in this one, Will?
I'm gonna go rough. I'm gonna go Tisha on this one.
Nice.
Make it fun. Make it fun. Who was favored? Can I see that, by the way? No odds on that one. All right. Now we got Ryan Spann versus Vincent Priot.
Yeah, OSP was big in the game there for a minute for the light heavyweights and didn't really do much after he had his one chance against Bones. And Ryan Spann, he's only had one rivalry in the sport, and it was against Lionheart, and he won one and then lost two to him. Ryan Spann's a young fighter just trying to get back in the top 10 and try to make his way to a title fight, but he's having kind of a gatekeeper match with OSP right now. I'm going to go with the upset. What's going on, Dale? I think
he said Court is the man. Is he from Louisiana? I bet he is.
There's got to be
the only people he knows. I'm going to look while you continue to.
Do I still have it up? No, I don't. I'm gonna take a look just for shits and giggles now because I Wikipedia it. Hold on, Harper. What? Yeah, go ahead. Court McGee is he's from Utah.
Huh.
Man's a Mormon.
Fascinating. They're not all Mormons.
That's just a bad call out.
Hippies who ski.
I think Ryan Spann's good, and he has a good chance of winning this fight. But I'm going to go with the underdog in this and take OSP because I think his veteran is better than the other old guys within the division.
I'll take Spann.
Make it fun.
Yeah, but also, who did he win his last? No, he lost his last fight too. Ooh, rough. What was other fights? I think I saw him win, but not that recently. Couldn't have been because look at him not winning anything. Oh, he did. Oh, yeah, Reyes. That's okay. He beat Reyes. He beat him in the first round too. That's the last win he got. Bro been on the struggle bus since 2022. Lord have mercy. Well, I hope he gets a win. All right, next fight we have Almeida versus Portier. No, wait, Portiera?
Portira. Eor Pitora.
Portiera, yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, Will. I don't know anything about either of these fighters, so I'm going to just go with the safe pick and pick the favorite.
Is that who are these people on his tattoos? These are
the one guy on the left looks like Henry Munster.
He does look like Munster. They're his family though.
I feel bad saying that now, but Yeah,
you should. You should. Like that. His last fight he lost to Lima. Then he beat Brajek. Yeah, Brajek.
It's the best part about UFC is trying to figure out these names.
Yeah, I'm usually better at it, but not today.
Damn, is that Shogun Hua?
Yeah, he faced Hua in 23. What the?
Beat him too.
That was that weird Hua, like we thought he should have been stopped, and that might have been Hua's last fight.
That's crazy.
Who you got?
I'm still going to take out Almeida because the favorite. Yep.
Yeah. Also, he apparently just loses a lot. So yeah. We got Austin Hubbard versus Alexander Hernandez.
I feel so bad for Austin Hubbard. This guy was on Tough. He was on The Ultimate Fighter, got to the championship, and got absolutely destroyed by Kurt Holloway, I think, is the division he was in.
Rough. This is coming into the fight off of a win, though.
Yeah, but Alexander Hernandez is kind of a monster.
This is a no contest?
Probably, or another fight that he needed to make up for. Oh, that's the guy that went against Jim Miller at yeah, that right there. Thank you.
Yeah, he lost this, but he won against. Okay.
Yeah, he went against Jim Miller at 300, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. The thing is, I absolutely have no faith in any of the guys that come from the Ultimate Fighter. I like them when I'm watching them on TV and watch the fight on the fight card they get dedicated to themselves. And once they get into the UFC, I'm like, I don't think these guys really have what it takes. They were on a reality show, but I enjoy the show. I'm weird. But I'm taking Alexander Hernandez for that reason because I don't trust the tough fighters.
Yeah, I think Hernandez is going to win this too. Rodriguez versus Lucindo.
Yeah, Marina Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez is number 6 and she's number 14, but she's favored. Fascinating.
The reason why that's going on is because the UFC must be high on her, and they're giving her a top 10 opponent to try to break into the top 10.
Yeah, I think I seen which fight of her? Wow, I saw one of these fights. Oh, this one, yeah. She lost this one, but she definitely looked like she was getting better, like from the time like anything we had seen before, or actually, no, that was her first fight.
What is her record?
Then she started winning. She went on a little streak here, but I don't know how great a competition she was facing here. But
I'm actually really interested to see what her record is. She's got to have at least 10 fights.
8 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, 3 first round finishes.
So that's 11 wins definitely right there.
Yeah, at least. She is 16-5.
Decent record.
Yeah.
Marina Rodriguez, I believe, is coming off of a win-loss or a loss-win, one of the two.
She just lost to Andrade.
Yeah, to Andrade.
Andrade. Oh, and she beat the Karate Hottie, right?
I don't think that. Was that Michelle Watterson's freaking retirement fight too?
In 23, wasn't it more recent than that?
Yeah, that was more recent. Yeah, no. Oh, Marina Rodriguez has had it rough. She's going against a future contender. I believe she gets the next title fight in Yanya Robo, and then she wins a wash Karate Hottie and then loses to Andrade. UFC was really high on her, giving her opponents that she was not supposed to beat, like Dern right there. Same thing with Jan, and then she just kind of started getting into the real competition.
And Reba, so she's faced a lot of people.
Yeah, lost to Esparza though.
Yeah, the win-losses are weird. So she lost. Yeah, she lost to Esparza, but then she beats Ribas. She beats Karate Hottie. She beats Dern. She beats Jan. She loses to Lemos.
That's how she got that's probably how she got the title shot.
Then she loses Jandiroba, and then she beats Karate Hottie again. And she took this to a split with Andrade though. That's right. That's gonna be. Hey, look, that's respectful.
Yeah.
Respectful. Yeah.
This fight's hard to call honestly because I like when
it's the seasoned vet versus the rising star.
Yeah, I think Marina Rodriguez is very good, and I think that she still has a plentiful career coming in the UFC. I'm going to take her on this to slow down Lucindo, but I think Lucindo is going to come back and end up getting ranked again because if she loses this, she's going to be unranked. But I think this is the fight that halts her win streak. So I'm going with Rodriguez because I believe if I'm correct, Marina should have a height advantage on this.
Let me see. Oh, I didn't do it the wrong way. I'm taking this
Lucindo
cute stud here.
Did you say fairly cute stud?
I did.
I did not laugh at that.
Yes, she is taller by 3 inches.
5'3".
Oh, but the reach. She does not have the reach though.
That is insane.
She has the leg reach though. Yeah, she do got some long ass arms over here.
Really? Yeah, Marina does stand a lot too. So and this girl is a stand, so this is going to be this is going to be a barn burner. These two are probably going to.
Yeah, actually, this is going to be a good fight. I got Lucindo in this.
Crazy work! I can't wait for that fight. And I believe is that what do they call those? The main. I forgot what they call it. Is that the last prelim fight?
Early prelim. No, is it the last of the regular prelims? No.
Oh, this one is. Oh, that's gonna be a dope fight too.
Yeah, these two are gonna go at it.
Wonder Boy and Buckley. And I hate
Wonder Boy just won't go away. I love it.
No. Wonder Boy's like 40, 41 years old right now. He's the underdog. The thing is, I think Buckley's he's strong. And I think, God, it's so tough because Wonder Boy knows how to keep distance. And if he has to go to the ground, he will to win a fight. I never pick against Stephen Thompson, but I really like Buckley in this. But yeah, I'm going Thompson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Buckley in this.
Was Buckley the one that did that crazy spin kick?
Yes, I believe.
Insane.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, still one of the greatest knockouts of all time.
100%.
Okay, we are out of the prelims.
This is the main card.
We got Ketlin Vieira versus Kayla. I promise I'm not a man, Harrison.
You're so mean. Everyone's so mean to her.
Oh, wasn't she on roids? That's what you get.
Was she? I didn't know if she got popped for that. I thought she got popped for something else. I don't think it was roids though. I think it was something else.
Oh no, she was juicing, bro. Maybe not in the UFC, but I think she's just known to have juiced.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I think they got rid of her division in the UFC, which is the 145. So she's got to lose an additional 10 pounds just to be in the UFC. And I don't feel bad for her because it's the fight game. And if you want to make big money, you got to be in the UFC. But that's why she dominated. I believe it was the PFL because they had a 145-pound division. And there's not a lot of women in the 145. So she made her way over and she's doing the 135. But Cyborg's gone. Nunes is gone. You really don't have anybody left that can really fully challenge her unless John Jarobo steps up to that division. And that'd be a good fight because Kayla Harrison's a Olympic level, 2-time gold medalist in whatever it was. It was either wrestling or it was regular judo, which is insane. With that being said, I don't like Ketlin Vieira whatsoever, so I'm going with Kayla Harrison on this.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison is a minus 900 favorite. I want to take Ketlin when I bet, but yeah, Kayla's going to win this, but I might just throw like $5-10 on maybe even 20 on Ketlin because like that's like plus 600, dude. That's nuts.
I would just like to throw out there and mention that I think Ketlin Vieira is a horrible shit talker, even though she said it in Brazilian. Did you see what I sent you in the group chat?
Yeah.
It's like really the best thing you have is something you say in the grade school recess line. You're ugly. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Come on with something better.
I didn't know that was her who's. Oh, so she said it and then he.
Yeah, because she was speaking Brazilian. So
yeah, the guy translated it. Yeah, what a weirdo.
Yep, it was weird. And you know what?
I thought it was just some random guy in the crowd who had said that. I'm like, yo, what is this dude's problem? I get it now. Yeah,
it would have been more. It would have been more fucked up if it was that, but luckily it was not.
Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going, and I know where I'm going. I'm going with Roman because, I like Kevin Holland a lot. He had that nice 5-fight win streak in 2022, and it was insane. It was cool. It was the hottest trend right there. He was on his way to a title shot, one fight away, and then he fell off because everyone got tape on him and started watching everything he did. Realized he couldn't wrestle.
No, it had nothing to do with tape. He just doesn't care.
Do you think he got cocky?
No, I just told you what it is. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care to be great or anything. He kind of I think he gets bored at times and disinterested. And I think then he just ends up, and I think he goes into fights wanting to win a certain way. No real game plan. He just gets stubborn. Like he wants to talk shit the whole time, but like
imagine being bored and being ranked certain things.
Like because I've seen him be able to keep himself off the ground. I've seen him be taken down and be able to get up. I've seen him knock people out from the ground. Like his ground game isn't the problem. It's not tape. The guy is just an idiot. I just don't think he cares.
Crazy. Hold on, Harper. Careful. You know what was the craziest part about that knockout from the ground though?
What?
He looked at him, laughed at him. They had literally just got talking. He popped him once, and he was already out. And he continued to punch on him. It was crazy.
Yeah, you got to keep going. Of course, they're necessary. That's what. That's
our boy Jorge.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go Kevin Holland. He's actually favored in this, despite being number 15. It feels like their rankings they don't even care about. Why even rank these people this when you don't even necessarily consider them when making the odds? Weird. I know they don't make their own odds, but
nope. Someone that's apparently a lot smarter than us when it comes to watching these fights are the ones that make the odds, and I don't see where they come to these conclusions. But nonetheless, I'm taking Roman.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Kevin Holland. Hopefully, he cares this week.
Hopefully.
Jose, I am 1,000 years old. Aldo versus Mario. I'm 1,001 year old. Holy shit!
Thing is, I guarantee Aldo's
whose
older.
grandpas are these, and why are they fighting in the MMA and the UFC? Like, I don't understand. Right. He just got to win though over Martinez. That's hilarious.
Fighting in the MMA. Someone clip that one. No, Aldo, I guarantee he's older than Batista, but Batista looks like he's 50. That's the fucked up part. I'm going Aldo. You can't go against the freaking one of the GOATs. Harper.
Why did you look so old? In the face. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to go with... Yeah, Aldo's done, bro. I'm going to go with Batista, even though Aldo just won one. Then we got the champion, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena.
I'm not going to lie. This is going to suck because I don't like either of these fighters. I kind of just want Kayla Harrison to hurry up and get her title fight and then reign over the division like Amanda Nunes did. I don't like Juliana Pena because she beat Nunes, which is fine. I like the upset. I liked her going up into the Nunes fight. She lost to Nunes. Got destroyed, by the way. Absolutely obliterated. Got a huge gash on her forehead. Had to wear a headband for months. Plastic surgery and all. Nunes had a fight. She was there for it. Nunes, and she was talking shit the whole time during this entire fight week that Nunes was doing this last fight. She won. Juliana Pena's in the crowd, just absolutely going crazy, booing. You're scared of me. You don't want to fight me again, blah this, blah that. I understand you're trying to make a title fight. You're trying to do this, but it's just the professionalism aspect of it. It just made no sense. You're calling people out and you're doing all this, that, and the other thing when she's obviously retiring, and she's retiring for the right reasons. She's a double champ. She's beat everybody. She got back what she lost from you. She's got nothing left to prove. She's allowed to retire, and that's what she did, and you don't have to act like a weirdo about it, and that's what I thought she did. So I'm going Raquel Pennington in this.
You're the weirdest dude I know.
It was bad play.
About literally any of that. Oh my god. None of that fucking matters. Good. I'm glad she did that type of shit. I love it. I don't care if she's right or wrong. If you go hype the fights, it's fun. So what?
It's not that it was right or wrong. It's just that it was weird. I don't. How are you going to
weird about it? She's hyping up a fight, trying to get her to fight one more time. That could be an opportunity of a lifetime, and she's beat her before. So of course you're gonna go hard. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If you beat somebody and then they beat you back, all right, then y'all got a mutual thing. Y'all talk shit to each other. That's what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You be having weird hang-ups on shit that don't matter.
No, it's not. It's not even a hang-up. It's just that I don't like her.
Yeah, that's weird.
Change my opinion on it. Kidding me? So when it comes to Tito and Chuck and people that are Tito and Chuck fans, they don't like Tito. That's not weird, or you think that's weird?
Would you just Tito and Chuck? What you want to?
When it comes to
how many monkeys have you had today?
Only one, shockingly. When it comes to the Tito and Chuck rivalry, just like that was a rivalry, Pena and Nunes. When a person that was a fan of one person doesn't like the other fighter because they're a fan of that other person, you think that's weird?
Absolutely not.
Then why am I weird? All because I have an explanation for it?
No, you listen. I just said it's extremely weird. Yes, you don't have to hate the other guy. It doesn't make any sense. Love the sport. It's weird to hate someone else. Like, now I can understand hating fan bases of someone else. That happens a lot because people do things like you. Yeah, of course they're gonna get hated on. It's a weird thing to just, I hate this girl because she's not the fighter that I root for. Like, what are you doing?
But the fucked up thing is that I did root for her. I just don't like the way how you go. I never like calling out someone that's retired. It makes no sense. That's why I don't like when people call out McGregor. It makes no sense. He's pretty much retired.
You call out the fight to get money. And what you're doing actually when you're saying that is, hey, by the way, I'm earning a spot in which could make us both a lot of money.
I mean, I guess, and I really shouldn't have that big of a hang up on it because Jake Paul got Mike Tyson to come out of retirement. So, I mean, I guess it works sometimes, but it's very rare.
That's also not what I even really hope to happen. But
well, we're stuck with it for right now. It's probably going to get canceled again, but nonetheless, let's get to this main event.
Can't wait.
Who wants to go first? Oh wait, there's only two.
Alex
Will, you go first.
Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. I'll let you go first because I'm sure whatever you're gonna say is probably gonna annoy me, and then we'll have content. So go ahead.
But I don't want to
annoy yours,
you, and I don't want to have an argument. But I know it's going to bring up an argument. This right here, I think, is probably the best fight they could have made for Alex Pereira. I love this. This is great. Khalil Roundtree is probably the only dude in the division that can match this guy strength-wise. Because Pereira is literally the strongest guy in the middleweight, the light heavyweight, and almost the heavyweight. You got to get a guy that can be just as strong as him, if not stronger, which I think is Khalil Roundtree because I lose him in the shuffle in the light heavyweight division. He's ranked 8. He's getting a title shot. No one expected this. This is obviously not going to go to the ground. Khalil Roundtree stands up. He's got good guard, and he's got a lot of power. And we've seen what happens when Alex Pereira gets clipped. It happened against Adesanya. I think that this is not a mismatch, but I think this is the toughest fight that he's going to have in this division. And for that reason, just off a shock factor, I want to take Roundtree.
Cool. I don't think he's as strong as Pereira. Or maybe like if they both had to lift a car, Roundtree would probably be better at it. But power in your punch is still Pereira by miles in this fight between these two.
Wait, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to apologize. I told you I wasn't going to cut you off. Go.
Yeah, but like Roundtree has power, but Alex's punch power is just a little different from like everyone. With that, I'll say, but I do think Roundtree's faster than him, and that could play a role for sure. Also, he's a southpaw, so in terms of his lead leg is not the leg that Pereira is used to being able to kick and take, because that's what Pereira does. If people don't pay attention or realize, he chops your legs down for a while there. He'll take some shots at you, but he definitely makes it so that you don't want to step in. It keeps you at distance by fucking up your legs. And then once you can't really move as well because you can't feel your lead leg, then he gets in there and he puts you to sleep.
Can you throw up the measurables real quick?
That's going to be a little more difficult. Yep, it's going to be a little more difficult to do with Khalil Roundtree because southpaw, it's a different lead leg. It's not. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating.
I'm curious on what his height is. Is he about 6'3"?
6'1", and he's
6'1". See,
so yeah, so he doesn't have the weight or height or reach advantage at all. He's losing all fronts.
And I'm not using this to be against what I originally picked. It's just that we do know that Roundtree has had problems against fighters that are lengthy and or taller than him. He got knocked out. He got knocked out by Johnny Walker, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But I
don't think he survives this. But I do agree with I definitely agree with what you said in terms of him probably being the best matchup stylistically. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. As for right now, there may be some others that could move into that conversation, or depending on where he goes in Brazilian. What up, Fuen? But yeah, yeah, I still got Pereira in this one,
and that's fine because I'm completely with you on that. That's really hard to pick against Pereira. I think I'm going for shock factor, and the only thing that I do, I do my best not to get hung up on this ever since you explained it to me, and it's about verbiage thing, but it's not even verbiage here. It's that I don't think the strength is miles apart. I think Roundtree is one of the strongest competitors in the light heavyweight division. He's got knockout power with one punch.
That you can have knockout power on one punch. That's fine. He does. I just don't. I've never seen him hit people as hard as this motherfucker. I've seen him knock people out though.
I agree. No,
and like I said, I think he's a stronger. He might even be a stronger human being, but like power in a punch is a little different.
Yeah, no, and I will say, okay, so here's where I think I can differentiate this a little bit. Pereira can hit hard from every part of the body. Khalil Roundtree's upper body. He's got to protect the legs, like you said, if he wants to have a chance. But the problem is he's the shorter fighter. He's got the shorter reach. He's going to need to dirty box and get in close in order to land these strikes. And if you stay too far outside, like you said, Pereira's going to tear up his leg. So fighting style, stylistically wise, Roundtree might be at a little bit disadvantage unless he worked on dirty boxing and staying in close and being able to block. Because if you get in close, Pereira's not going to have much more or as much windup to be able to hit you with these blows compared to what he's going to have being in that close and being that low and having more access to the chin. But no, we both agree that Khalil, this is going to be a good fight and that I think he's got the strength, not power per se, but strength to match Pereira that makes this a hard fight for Pereira. But Pereira, the thing I'll give him that I never gave him credit for, or I didn't give him credit for, like, let's say 2-3 fights ago, is that his fight IQ is ridiculous. He's smart. He's not in there as a kickboxer. He's in there as a mixed martial artist. He's smart. He's calculated. Glover Teixeira's in his corner. Again, I'm only going with Roundtree because of shock factor. Pereira, he could end up, depending on how the rest of his career goes, could be ending up being John Jones level just because of how good he is. He might not have a ground game, but he knows how to get back up. He knows how to hold himself good on the side of the cage if that ever comes to it. I'm just excited for this fight because I think that this is the best competition that he's had since having his trilogy or 2 fights with Israel. And I'm just excited for it. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think it's going to be a solid fight. Khalil's got to be patient. The other thing I worry about with Khalil is those muscle guys, man. They never have a tank. You can't get enough oxygen to feed all them muscles, man. I've never seen one of them like super jacked, cut up guys really have a tank like that. They got to finish it early, or they get worn down. You need a Drakus body to be big and still have that stamina. That motherfucker's a tank. He never stops. He's in the 5th round, moving like the 1st round. It's crazy.
But, and the only time we ever seen him tired was in that Izzy fight. That was it.
Yeah, towards the end. Yeah, like in the middle, he definitely like. Oh, actually, yeah. Izzy was talking about that on the podcast today that I was watching. He was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how like they kind of like they got to like that 3rd or 4th round, and like kind of mutually agreed to chill the fuck out for a little bit because they were both so tired from the first couple rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though, is that if you're not, you got to be connecting with Drakus in order for him to start slowing down. If you're not connecting with him, he's not slowing down. That's what Strickland's problem was until the 4th round. Mm-hmm. That's why the 5th round looked so sluggish. Adesanya and him were going at it for the first 3 rounds, like you just mentioned. Drakus didn't look like he was as explosive as he normally was because they were so damn tired towards the end of that fight because there was heat. There's all sorts of stuff going into this fight. So they were obviously going guns blazing the entire time and, I mean, wore each other out. That's just what happened.
So Izzy was breaking down this fight and he said that yeah, he mentioned some of the side stuff. He mentioned the speed of Roundtree is what he's most interested in because he thinks he's one of the faster fighters that Alex would have faced. But he said that like Roundtree has to be patient because if he tries to just go full, he's like Alex can wait it out. Alex could go through a whole fight and somehow in that 5th round, he's like he does some fucking voodoo and then he's kind of like the 1st round again. He has another gear, a second wind. He was like Alex does it every time too. So if you basically try to go in there and rush it, it's not gonna work. But then again, like that might be the thing. Like that, he might believe that and want to knock him out quick, like try to get the knockout quick, and that could be dangerous for Khalil. So Khalil has to be patient, like really patient in this one. He needs to make it like a boring, like we're all booing because for like the last 3 rounds they just kind of circled each other. That's the type of fight he has to make it.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I bet Pereira has a 3rd long.
You bet Pereira ends up what?
No, I said I bet Pereira has a 3rd long.
Oh, yeah.
That's where all the extra win comes. Have you ever seen him tired? I think the only time I might have maybe seen him tired was, didn't he go against Polish Power?
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen him like full time. Maybe I start to see him look a little human.
Yeah, and I think it was against him, and that was it, because they went to a no contest, right? Or was that Ankalaev I'm thinking of? I don't remember.
Let's find out. Or was it Blachowicz? No.
Well, yeah, that's Blachowicz's Polish power.
Oh, yeah. It's right, Blachowicz. Yeah, I think it was Blachowicz, because, that was the one that went split.
Yeah, that's the only. Well, okay, I'll go with you. Not gas, but human, because that was a bigger weight class. That was his first test in that division. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah, he had just moved up, and it was just like, all right, he has to. But also, he does seem more comfortable at this weight, though, not having to cut as much.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what's killing him.
And you know why, in my opinion, why I thought Blachowicz lost that fight? He treated Pereira like he was going to be Adesanya, not realizing how strong Pereira really was.
Yeah, he might have had the same kickboxing approach, but that man's a little different.
Yeah, 100%. He also he's wrestling around with Glover Teixeira, who's an ultimate ground guy. He knows how to get back up. Can we stop acting like Pereira does not know how to fight on the ground? I'm not saying that to you, though. I'm saying that to the MMA fans.
It's funny who you make that argument for and who you don't.
I look at coach. That's the problem, I guess.
But yeah. So I got Pereira. Poetons is just too good. All right. So on the news that I had about Izzy, so on the podcast, he was basically saying that he is done chasing the belt. And I know most people would just be like, oh yeah, he's probably realizing that it's past his time. And that could be part of it. But also he genuinely seemed like he wants to have fun fighting again. He said doing the whole like chasing the belt or having the belt and always defending it. He's like, it's much different training. It's not really fun. It's also business and not the true art and the form and all that. So he said if a title shot comes back around from the people he fights, then yeah, he'll do it. But he's like, he's not gonna actively chase the belt right now. He wants to take a few fights, just see how things go. And then after that, he started talking about, he really got in depth with some of the things he would like to do after fighting, which always tells me when you're on that level of a fighter, like of these fighters, that elite level, I've heard this from like so many different fighters. Like once you start even thinking and or expressing about anything after fighting, you're done. It's already done. Your retirement has begun. You just haven't realized it yet. So
he's not that young anymore. Fight game.
Yeah, he's 30. I think he's 34.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's 34 years old. Not a spring chicken anymore. And these dudes ain't hitting any less hard. In fact, late in his career, probably got hit the hardest he's ever been hit. So, yeah. So he's talked about getting into acting. He wants to do voice acting for like animes and stuff. He was really there was some voice actor he was kind of like following around and like almost shadowing, see how it goes and everything, because he wants to do that. There's a documentary out for him right now you can get on Amazon, I think Apple Music as well. It's just called Stylebender. And it kind of goes through, I don't know if it's a second part or a different documentary or something, but it goes through early stuff, and then they started doing a documentary leading up to one of the I think maybe the first title fight, something like that. But they got a whole thing done, and it looks like it's a pretty good documentary that I'm going to check out. So if you guys want to see that, there is a Stylebender documentary out there. And yeah, I just thought it was fascinating. He's talking about he really loves anime, wants to get into voice acting and stuff.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, hell yeah! Imagine like the next great Mappa project, and it's fucking Adesanya doing the dub. I'd be pretty happy about that.
That'd be sick. Yeah, no, I'm with that for sure. I really don't want the career of Izzy to win, because out of the three kings, when they were all crowned champion, I still think to this day Adesanya was the funnest one to watch out of the three of them. I mean, you kind of knew what you were going to get from Francis. You knew what you were going to get from Kamaru, but every fight that Izzy had, you could expect something different because his nickname's the Style Bender. He never had a true fighting style. He went out there, if he was going to get someone with stand-up, he'd stand up with him, throw with him. He was going against someone that did a little bit of wrestling. Somehow got him to stand up, and if it went to the ground, he wouldn't stay down long because you couldn't keep a guy like him down because he's wormy. He knows how to get around, move around. He never made it easy. And it's just he was Style Bender for a reason. He could do a little bit of everything, and he made every fight interesting. He had a few, like 2 snoozers his entire UFC career.
Yeah, and most of them came in the end when he was fighting such great talent that he was just trying to stay alive, and he couldn't have fun like that because he was trying to win by points. He basically got into that that point winning shit.
Yep. And the other thing that I really liked about him is he always kept it real. The only thing that I never really liked about the guy was his shit talking, but it was so cringe, it was fun, and you wanted to see what he would say next because it was like, how bad is it going to be this time?
His shit talk was lighthearted. Like, if you took it serious, you were in the wrong place because he was kind of like, again, cringy when he said stuff. He was basically dropping dad jokes, but like, that shit talk. So, it wasn't great work, but it was good enough to get people hyped for his fights.
Yeah.
But I think more, usually you see a guy shit talking and you're like, all right, that's fun. He talks shit like Chael. Like you see Chael, you're like, yo, that dude's hilarious. I love the way he talks shit. But like, if you delve more into him, you're like, I don't know how great of a guy he is or if I really care about him like that. But with Adesanya, it's kind of the opposite. Like, his shit talk is cringy and he's not that great at it. But then you look into him and he's actually a pretty good dude and likable character. Good,
and that's the thing. Like that, so. And you get to see a lot more of Adesanya than you think you do if you look at the right outlets. Like, my favorite thing to do sometimes is he's got his own YouTube channel and he has live reactions to watching the fight. And those are some of my best reactions to watch because he's got a certain way that he explains it that I can pick up on because, Will, as you know, and some of our viewers know, I'm an anime nerd. So are you. And the way that he explains it, he can explain it almost in anime terms too. And damn it, I find that interesting and I think it's cool. So the times that I rooted against Adesanya were just out of fun because I wanted to see some parity in the UFC and in the middleweight division. But I never did not like Adesanya. And I'm not going to sit here and keep acting like he's retiring or he's about to retire and we're trying to remember his career. It's just when he's gone,
but he's on the back half.
Yeah,
he's on the back half for sure, thoher. But I think he'll have a few more fights, and I think he'll still be relevant for a little while longer, a couple more years probably, and then I don't think he's gonna stick around and look like Anderson Silva did at the end. So I think if he loses another big fight, he'll call it then. Honestly,
Will, question for you, a little interesting.
Yeah,
do you think he would at all possibly have a chance at a commentating career after this?
I think he could. He's articulate. He hasn't taken a lot of head damage to make him talk funny. So yeah, he could, but I don't know if it's a passion for him. I also don't know.
That's big.
I also don't know if a guy who reached that level is gonna be just, although DC does it, but I don't know if they're gonna be just comfortable at like sitting sideline, like just not fighting, knowing that they could still. Like, that's the thing. I think maybe he'd do commentary like a little later in his life, like come back to the game as a commentator. I can see that possibly because he, like I said, he can talk the game and he's fun to listen to at times.
So we've only seen 2 fighters do it, and it's DC and Bisping.
Yeah, and Bisping, he has a drunk, like a drunk Englishman vibe that it's just fun to listen to. His commentary is great.
Oh, it's amazing.
But half the time you're just listening to the accent and the way he says stuff, and you're dying.
And the thing is, I feel like they knock 2 birds out. Oh, for sure. He loves the game of fighting and the game of wrestling too. And they knock 2 birds with 1 stone with Bisping because he's literally their designated UK commentator.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they have a fight over there, they already know, hey, we've got a guy that can commentate that. They'll throw Brennan Fitzgerald out there with them. And they have another commentator that has an accent of over in the European area that they throw out there with them too. But I think it's mainly Brennan Fitzgerald that goes out there with them, and obviously John Anik.
Yeah. So Izzy might have a future in that. I truly believe he wants to do other stuff, though. You know what? You might be onto something, though. If they can find a place for him at the desk, maybe, because on the podcast today, he was definitely on Rogan. He was definitely saying, he basically made a point where he was talking like, out of respect for how busy I know you are. He was like, I don't come around you or like ask to chill a lot. He was like, but like me and you, Rogan, we always have a great time when we hang out. He was like, we need to hang out more. Yeah. And even that sounds more like, yeah, he's talking about after his career. This is what this is about. That's what this is about. And so, like I said, once you start thinking that, you're a fight or two away from it being done, which is fine. And but yeah, maybe you could be on something there, because if he wants to hang out with Joe, I know one place he can do it on a regular basis. So,
and they always go out for drinks afterwards too.
And I wonder if if they would just make the room, or would they have him alternate with DC? Because if he does it, he's going to want to work with Joe.
Yeah, no, the thing is, they would probably have him alternate with DC because John Anik is an automatic for almost every event.
Right, and so is Joe. John and Joe are they're locks. So the only chair that you could rotate would be DC. And DC is pretty much a lock right now, but that may just be because no one else wants to do the job.
Or, and the only time DC's ever moved out is if they have a UK card, because then they input Bisping.
Bisping, right.
But
plus they can't. Plus some events happen too close. They can't be like, one's here, one's there. I mean,
like, let's just say there's 60. No, hold on. Let's do this. We've got 352 weeks in a year, and let's say they have a fight. Well, let's say 45 shows a year. John Anik's on 43 of them. So that's an automatic lock of a chair right there for 43 shows. And Rogan only does the pay-per-views. So they would need him somewhere, I'm sure, at anything.
I'm sure he. But again, I think the draw for him would be to work with Rogan, because that's the way he seemed like he was talking. So we'll see what happens though.
Break if he wanted to break.
Absolutely.
They also like throwing Laura Sanko down at the booth sometimes. So I mean, they could use the rotation for sure. I could also see Adesanya taking coaching very seriously too, because City Kickboxing is
he's already coaching.
It is growing.
He's already kind of coaching in a way.
Because I've been watching the Contender Series like the last 4 weeks, and there are a lot of guys from City Kickboxing coming up just through the Contender Series. So Eugene Behrman's running a crazy ship over there right now. It's insane.
Yeah.
But, anyway, we're not going to talk like Izzy's retiring. He's obviously still got some fights left in him. Will had some great news there. I like that. We might know a little bit of stuff after his career. Either way, I'm excited for it, because I do like Adesanya a lot. I love everything he does. He's a good dude and great fighter. Gave us a lot of good stuff. Any closing statements on that before we move on to the last news topic?
Moving on. What's the last news topic?
Last news topic is that I'm sure everyone's already heard through the news already, because it's come through, that Conor McGregor and Terrence Crawford, unbeknownst to me, apparently were in talks. They were going to have a 2-fight contract. One in boxing, one in MMA. And it was obviously, I don't know, I didn't get to look at the specifics because I was extremely busy today. I'm sorry for being unprepared, Will. But I'm sure it's for an astronomical amount. And it was going to be 1 fight in a boxing ring and 1 fight in an MMA cage. Terrence Crawford turned it down.
Of course he did. They always do. Well, look, I don't know how true the entire story is. We'll have to delve into it. I wish Fwen was still here. He could let me know the details of that. But yeah, I think look, the boxing guys are never going to step into the octagon, bro. They're never going to do that, because it's no man's land for them. They can't. And the same way an MMA guy will never fight a boxer like typically in their prime. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think McGregor wants it with Crawford, like prime Crawford. He's gonna get fucking tagged up. It's honestly probably gonna be worse than what happened with Floyd. Way worse.
Oh, I'd agree with that.
Because like he's also older. It's not like he's the spring chicken anymore. So he's older. Crawford is basically at his prime, or like maybe he's plateaued and about to head down soon. But he's there.
Yeah, Floyd's in his mid-40s, right? Late 40s now.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, no, 40. I don't know, 43, 44, I don't know. But no, I was talking about Bud. Bud is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bud Crawford is kind of still in his prime, but he won't be there for very much longer. Yeah, I don't know. These fights are always a bunch of bullshit. They just drum up attention for nothing, and then they do nothing. So once if they sign it, that'll be cool. But till then, I don't believe pretty much any of it.
And I don't know if I mentioned it. Crawford was the one that turned it down. I don't even know if I mentioned it.
You did,
but I'm pretty sure it was pretty apparent.
Yeah, but also, yeah, we'll see. I don't really believe it because I don't think he would have signed up in the first place for that because he knows better. So it seems like a weird story to me. Crawford never intends to step into an octagon. Yeah. Never.
I believe what the full blown story type deal is that it was offered to him and his answer was no, I don't have any interest in interest in MMA. And
makes sense.
So no contract was ever I'm McGregor and I signed this Crawford so we could fight. That never happened. It's just it was offered. He said no because he's not interested in fighting in MMA, and that's fair. Yeah, if I was a boxer and that's what was making all my bread and I was making moves, the last thing I'm going to do is step into an MMA, possibly get hurt and put me on the sideline. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just to lose. You make a shit ton of money, an absolute crazy amount of money. But you could probably make that same amount of money in 2-3 years. Not right now.
I agree. So, I think it would have been neat, but at the same time,
obviously, whenever we get the boxer with the balls to step in the octagon, it's going to be a historical day because that's just not easy.
And I'm not going to
sit. Is way out of their. That's out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a good idea, but there's only one boxer that I think is dumbass enough to do this, and probably not even. And I'd say it's Ryan Garcia. Exactly. Thank you.
I think we all. I think we all knew when you started telegraphing where that was going because he's a nut. Out of his mind.
And the thing is, I think I think that he'd do it in the PFL because they'd offer him a crazy amount of money.
They might give him stocks in PFL.
Probably because I think when they do their tournaments, they get paid anywhere from $1 to $5 million if they win the entire thing. Ryan Garcia would probably get $2 million for one fight in whatever division he weighs. I don't know what division he was in boxing, but whatever the equivalent in MMA is. So let's just say he was fighting at bantamweight, which is 135, but I guarantee he's heavier than that. He'd be fighting a 135er. But I think it'd be interesting if they gave him a guy that was known as a stand-up fighter, but if they put him against anybody, it doesn't even matter if they know ground game or not, or they're good at ground. I guarantee if he stepped into an MMA world, whoever he's fighting is going to figure out how to wrestle right then and there because MMA fighters are adaptable and can learn that. Boxers are one-trick ponies. They want to stand.
Yeah.
So
everybody knows boxers don't want to get knocked about. But also, like I said, MMA guys do not want to step into the ring with the prime boxer. That's why they don't.
No. Although Francis gave Tyson a run for his money. I'll say that was fun.
Okay, fine. Yeah, he did. I also don't think Tyson took it seriously at all. Yeah, Bro showed up out of shape, hammered. He should have still dominated him, but
he should have finished him.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have finished him. Probably.
But nonetheless, Will, you got some shout outs?
Shout out to everybody who was in the chat, all two of you, Fwen and Dale. Shout out to everybody else who was watching. I see that we had plenty of people watching. They just weren't speaking. It's all good. We ain't mad at you. Maybe speak up next time. Ask a question. We'll talk about it. Give us a topic about fighting. We'll talk about that.
And we love arguing. We love arguing. Yeah. So give us something to argue about.
I sit here and think of things just to start debates with. So holler at us. Yeah, man. We'll be back. Maybe we'll check in next week.
Possibly. I think we got to have a review show. So yeah.
Depends on how crazy this fight is.
Exactly. If this is a snooze fest of an event, me and Will just might do a little quick Facebook Live for you. because shout out to our third member of the tripod, Mike Trant's currently out of country, visiting the motherland. Safe travels. I already got there safe, Will, so he's good.
Oh, he did.
Yes. So, Mike, I hope you're having a great time. If you even end up seeing this video, I hope you're having a great time.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get you back at the end of the month. We will be without Mike, but we are going to try to get guests onto the Tap Out because we're going to have another show and another review show without Mike Tran. So be looking for a third guest, hopefully.
You heard the man.
And shout out to Dalton. He's got a fight at the end of the year in Georgia. Shout out to Dalton Goins.
Oh, Dalton's going. Oh, friend of the podcast, Dalton Goins. When is his fight? Where can they see it?
Not sure yet. All I know is that he's got a fight scheduled in Georgia end of the year. When we get more details, we'll release them on the show and the places where you can find him fight. He's coming off of a win right now, so he's he's doing very well right now. So everybody, we're going to give you the info as soon as I'm able to get a hold of it and maybe try to get him on for another before fight interview, and we'll go from there.
Shout out to that man. Friend of the pod. Hope you get a win, bro. All right. Yeah. So shout out to everybody, and we will see you soon. I should find the outro before I start.
You do this
Y'all
all the
be
time.
good, people.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
Find this podcast and others on STWFTV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.